Hello there, welcome to Genessis Models. My name is Bob Waldron and welcome to this September 2020 show. So welcome, I'm just going to jump straight in there with our competition for last month, and then we've got a bunch of stuff to show you later on in the show. But if you remember, last month we were giving away the F14D Tomcat. This is in 1/72 scale by Great Wall Hobbies. Pretty damn cool kit. Still got to do an inbox review of this, but after doing the usual random number generation program and came to the end of the thread, I came to Kitty-Caboodle. So congratulations you, Kitty-Caboodle, you are the winner. Just give me an email with your mailing address and I'll get this shipped to you free of charge. But stay tuned for what's going to be this month's competition later on in the show. Did have a little bit of a holiday this month, so there wasn't any videos around about the 24th of this month. Sorry about that, but you know, with this whole lockdown thing going on, you know, I was doing a lot of extra work, so I felt like I needed a holiday, so I did have a week off there. But I have been working on our Tempest. That's been coming along. We've got the Leopard, the Victory and everything, and let's just have a little bit of a promo and show you what's been going on. Right, the next thing we've got here as we move along, as you can see, I'm gluing lots and lots of bits on. I don't need to show you everything, but we've got this piece just here, right? If I show you just along here, we place this on here like so, and then we need to glue on here this. It's like a sensor of some sort, right? And that needs to just glue down right on top of there. And the whole idea is that when we move the gun, this back piece can nicely slide with it and stays basically attached to it. So what we want to do here is we want to glue this really carefully, right? Really carefully, so we don't actually glue this piece actually in place. We want to keep it nice and steady. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a little bit of glue where we want it, but not where we don't want it. Right, then we're going to place our little sensor on here like so, and that should start to bite pretty quickly. But then what I'm going to do is just at the front, right, this is okay to glue this down onto our gun here. Right, now we may have got some glue because it's, you know, these quick cements got great capillary action. They're potentially going to flow into places we don't want them in this case, right? So what I like to do is, while that's drying, just keep moving it for a bit. I mean, actually you might sort of see it is sort of lifting a bit, so we want to just make sure that it's still moving. So while this quick cement is drying, just make sure that this is still moving. Right, you might have to play around. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention was our mistake. Let's try and get you in as close as possible on this mistake. Now, this is the cool thing about the mistake is, you know what, you probably can't even notice it. It was just there. Right, it's really hardly noticeable, and that's the cool thing about putting on these coats on top and sort of having the black just come through, is actually mistakes like this you could probably hardly notice. It is actually there, but you know what, we could, if we really wanted to, if it was a bit of too much of an eyesore, there's nothing stopping us from having that little spot there just be a nice clean spot. So we could come in with the airbrush and we could just really sort of clean that up. So I'm just cutting to where, because I've just put one coat on. Maybe get the camera to focus a little bit. Right, and I'm just going to come in again, put another coat on here, nice and light. Right, and that just basically makes that a bit of a clean spot, which technically adds a nice bit of character, a bit of weathering. That, you know, well, we've got a bit of a clean spot there, but we don't see that spidering effect on there. So next up, what you want to do, really, well, It's personal preference really. Me personally, when it comes to Tamiya paints, I do like them, but I do find they're a little bit not very durable. I do like to come along and seal them in with a gloss coat. There'll be more about gloss coats as this series goes on, but I like to put just a light misty coat just on top to protect it, just because, you know what, it's so easy with a nail just to nick this spray paint, and it does scratch really easy. So we've now got all our 3 little holes just on here now. Just quickly testing it, our rod does go through all the holes. Our little nail here goes through the center one as well. Just to let you know, I've got the digital caliper on there, and it's about a 7mm drill bit you want. Maybe go up to an 0.7mm drill bit is what you want. Maybe go up to a 0.8mm drill bit. Again, it does take a little bit of time, but you know, you do eventually get there in the end. Now what you might want to do is, because we've sort of hammered in these sort of pilot holes so we know where to drill, it does kind of maybe sort of distort the metal a little bit, so placing it on a nice metal ruler just here, just so as we give it a nice hard surface, getting our hammer and just try and bang that back into place. I've already had a good bang of it off camera, and that's all looking sort of nice and flat and straight, which is what you want. Now the next bit is to actually put bends in this, so we're sort of kind of going into the area of like photo etch bending tools. I'm going to actually show you 2. The first one is probably like the cheapest and kind of like almost like the easiest tool to use. We do have these cool bending pliers. These are by Tamiya. They are around about £20 each, a little bit expensive, but they are good and sort of like a lifetime sort of tool. So with these things, what's cool is what we can do is, if we find right where we made our little score, our little straight line, I don't know if you can see the little score on there, you should be able to just see it if I rotate it, push our bit of our photo etch pliers right up to that line, bang on, make sure it's nice and square, you know, sort of like those nice 90-degree angles. And then what we can do, hopefully this metal's not too thick, should be able to just push this like so, nice and slowly, you know, don't go for it too quickly. And we want to get a nice, you know, 90-degree angle on that. Alright, just make sure it looks 90-degree. Yeah, there we go. And there is our first bend. So there's our build. I mean, hopefully you can see the Tempest is nicely coming along. If you remember, on the underside we did black basing, but on the top we did the good old traditional pre-shading and bleaching and all that kind of stuff. So we do get to kind of see the difference between them. Admittedly, I will probably show you when it's all done, but it does look kind of a little bit more realistic with that black basing sort of mottled effect compared to you know, good old pre-shading and bleaching and stuff. But it's kind of like a style anyway, but we'll look into that more later on. But first off, we had a little bit of, over the weekend there was a few problems with people's viewing videos on the forum. Just to let you know, it is fixed. It was basically YouTube, I think it was about 2017, they did this thing where HTTP, they wanted everything to go to HTTPS, and it's all about an S, which is what the problem was, because people were going on, they were logging in, and then the videos would be just disappeared. And that's just Google sort of your web browsers sort of like blocking the videos just because of this S. You know, it came apparent the weekend, but by the end of the day I had it sorted. It was just a case of, well, I wouldn't say it's just a case of, because it was a massive sort of finding all these HTTP links and turning them to HTTPS, which is a bit of a pain. And it was literally every single web page had something like that. So they were completely all updated. Then there was all completely uploaded, so the website was completely uploaded again basically. But the problem is solved, and it puts us all up to date with Google and everything, and makes everything sort of work together nicely with Google. So sorry about that, but it did get sorted. Also, we got the advanced inbox review. We did our first one, which was of, wherever it's gone. It's somewhere around here. The Spitfire Mark 1 by Edard 148 scale. Absolutely cracking kit. Bit of a fit issue with it, but really looks like a nice stunner. And you guys really like the advanced inbox review version where I actually built it. I showed you any sort of fit problems, and I do believe the conclusion is going to be going up the same day you will be seeing this video. So go watch that if you haven't seen it, because it's going to be the final one where I'll give my sort of final conclusion on it. But as turned out to be a new good format for doing videos. You guys said you'd like it. I did try it out and it is good. Admittedly, I won't be able to do it for every single inbox review. The inbox reviews are still going to stay because they are quick and easy. Just get a box and have a look inside. But when it comes to sort of maybe like really cool kits that we really want to look at, it is good to kind of really dive in a lot deeper, because you know, it does take time. I mean, to go off and actually build it and do the extra video footage and everything, it does take a bit of time, so it's not something I can do all the time. But it is does seem to be quite popular, and it's definitely going to be something that's going to be sticking around. So you'll have to sort of, I'm kind of thinking maybe if you guys give me a little bit of feedback, you know, just generally over time, sort of going, oh, this new kit's coming out, I'd like to see you do it as an advanced inbox review, and I can kind of get the kits I do as an advanced inbox reviews, the kind of kits you want to see. So you know, hopefully you like that, and hopefully you're going to like seeing a lot more of that. But let's have a look at some kits that have actually been released this September 2020.
Hello then, welcome to September 2020's kit release news. First off, we have some nice 1/32 scales here, which is a BF 109E. That is in 1/32 scale. That is by Edard and is going to cost you about £51.30. We also have back in stock a North American T28C Trojan. That's in 1/32 scale for £63.99. We've got some 1/48 scale now with a BF 109E. That's by Edard for £51.30. Next up we have a Mk.V PD. This is by Kitty Hawk Models in 1/48 scale. It is coming in at a whopping £74.99, but does look good. We do have a McDonnell Douglas F-15J Eagle. That comes with a nice female pilot figure as well. That's by Hasegawa, 1/72 scale for £59.99. Airfix is releasing this nice M18 Hellcat tank destroyer in 1/35 scale for £36.99. We then have a Toyota Celica Turbo 4-wheel drive, the 1992 Safari Rally winner. That's by Hasegawa, and that is 1/24 scale for £52.99. And last but not least, we have a H.M.S Victorious, the S29 Vanguard class submarine. This is by Bronco Models in 1/350 scale for £14.99, which is not a bad price. And that is it for your kit release news September 2020.
So there's kit release news for September 2020. Hopefully you like the fact that Edard's gone off and done the same with the BF 109 as they did with the new Spitfire Mark 1. So that's probably a kit I'm going to probably try and get in, maybe an advanced inbox review, just let me know. But moving along with what we've got GBs now this month. GBs are ending and starting, so just to let you know, the Photo Perfect GB did finally come to an end on the 31st. So if you haven't finished, sadly you're not going to be in for the judging, but you know, please carry on, finish your builds. We'd like to see them actually finished and whatnot. Now it'll probably be, I do believe it's the 11th of September, I'll release a nice sort of video which will be showing all your work and sort of me announcing all the GB winners and all the prizes and all the trophies that go with that. So look out for that one if you've been involved, and we'll see who the winners are. But we've actually started a brand spanking new group build, which is the Battle of Britain that you guys have voted for. It did start on the 1st of September, so I've already seen people actually starting it, which is great. But if you don't know, basically a group build is you go to the Genessis Models forum, and on the forum you can start up a build thread where you show building your model, which the subject is the Battle of Britain. So you can build pretty much anything you want, as long as it has, you know, some sort of Battle of Britain theme to it. So, you know, big example, Spitfires, BF 109s, any scale you want, doesn't matter. You could be doing dioramas of AA guns, or anything that was flown or used during the time of the Battle of Britain. So, you know, quite a bit to sort of what you can build there, but at the same time it really sort of focuses on the Battle of Britain, which should be quite cool. And with Eddard bringing out that Spitfire Mark 1, you've got a nice example there. Eddard's brought out the BF 109 as well, which is also a good kit that you could use for the Battle of Britain. But as I say, that starts the 1st of September, and I do believe it finishes the 31st of December. Sadly, we've only got 4 months on this one, and that is all down to, if you remember, we did the lockdown GB, which sort of put the photo perfect GB sort of to the background kind of thing. So we gave the photo perfect a little bit of extra time, so it's a little bit of a short one. It's only 4 months, so it's kind of up to you really. You know what you're capable of and what you can do. If you take a little bit longer, maybe you might want to step down to 1/72nd scale or something, or if you know you're quite fast at building, you can still do a 1/32nd scale if you wanted to do so. It's just totally up to you, but you gotta remember you've only got 4 months to get it completed. I'll probably announce the prizes next month, but as usual we'll be gathering the trophies. But this time we're going to bring back the whole everybody gets a prize, right? This time round it was Chopper Nutter. He came to me with a nice little sort of logo, as you can see just here, of the Battle of Britain. And what we're going to do, we're going to put that into like a sticker form, and everyone who enters and finishes, I'll just get everybody's mailing address and ship everybody out free of charge a nice little sticker of that logo, so as we can sort of build up a nice sort of maybe a little sort of trophy area or something. So if you win you got trophies. If you don't win, you can have these stickers, and maybe you can stick them all up and make a nice little collection over the years with all the GBs that we do, which might be quite cool. So hopefully you're going to get involved, and you know, either way you're going to win something. So that is the GB. So then let's take a look at this month's competition for September 2020, which I'm going to be giving away. Got a nice little Eddard kit just here. It is the Focke-Wulf 190A2. It's a nice Provi Pack edition, so we've got some nice photo etch in here, 1/48 scale. Really cool kit. I do like it. I've still got to do an inbox review of this as well, but if you want to be in it to win it, as always, go to the Genessis Models website. In the forum they'll have the September 2020 competition, and just post something in there, something to that effect. Any feedback in there as well would be absolutely great as well, so I can just kind of keep Genessis the models the way you want it. But yeah, just make a post and you'll be entered automatically. And next month I'll do a random number generation program and come up with the winner next month, which I'll announce then. But sadly, apart from that, it's back to business as usual. Get building. You know, I've got the Tempest and the Leopard. I have got a nice bit of footage for the Tempest, so I'll probably be working on the Leopard a bit, you know, and everything else that's going on. I want to try and start a new step-by-step if I can, just trying to find the time, because time is just a commodity at the moment with the new website and everything else that's going on, and trying to set up a store and everything. It's all coming. It's just, you know, it's all time. So hopefully you're all excited for all that as well. But hopefully until next time, my name's Bobby Waldron. This is Genessis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed.